Hi everyone, it's Sunday, October 8th, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Dordick. So the past week was quiet in the U.S. market, but maybe not as quiet as some expected. Sellers in the U.S. and elsewhere, for that matter, said that Chinese customers were in the market, regardless of it being the Golden Week holiday. But ultimately, there didn't seem to be a lot of sales, and consequently, prices were steady, and maybe some were weakly so. Heavy Texas steers were unchanged at $25 for selections averaging 62-64 pounds. And as we said, other steers were mainly steady, but bid prices continue to come in quite low. Cow prices are also unchanged with good interest, and they have been for a number of weeks now. And it seems like as long as upholstery tanners in China have good orders, that's likely going to continue to be the case. Combined export sales for the week ending September 28th were 578,600, and that's about 6% lower than last week. Combined shipments actually jumped 34% this week at 661,500. Estimated slaughter for the week ending October 7th was surprisingly up by 3% at 628,000. Turning to Europe, editor Andrea Guolo says that prices are stable. There were few sales, and there are contrasted tensions because cows are trying to move up, and there's overall uncertainty for bulls. In general, retail is struggling in Europe, but then everything we foresaw on that front. British sellers were able to get their increases the previous week, so the 36 plus kilo British ox was unchanged at 90 cents in sterling per kilo, as was the Irish price at 95 cents. And that's even though sellers there want to get €1 even. European bulls were able to hold their prices, but there really weren't many sales this week. The price for North German bulls at 40 to 49 kilos is still unchanged at €1 to €1.10, and South German hides also remain steady. For European cows, essentially the week was stable. The types of selections that are in demand actually have no trouble making sales. In his analysis this week, Andrea discusses what's happening with consumers in Europe right now and the effects on the various leather sectors. From South America, editor Ronald Guiel reports that the average fresh hide price is yet again unchanged at 85 cents per kilo in reals, and the reference price of TR1 is also stuck at a stable level, which is 65 cents per square foot in dollars. Other Latin origins remain steady as well, except, once again, Argentina had changes this week. In other news from Brazil, preliminary data that the CICB released shows that in September, Brazilian exports of hides and skins were 91.6 million in dollar value and 36,500 tons. The volume is stable compared to the same month last year, but it was up by generally stable, up by not quite 2%. But in terms of value, the total is 14% lower than the same month last year. Full data will be coming out soon on the CICB website. From elsewhere in Latin America, Argentina's Chena expands to Chile with an online store. Colombia's fashion spending is up in value and down in volume. Mexico's ANPIC is expected to attract around 9,000 buyers during the last week of this month. And in Venezuela, beef production is expected to end the year up by 2%. That is all we have for this week, and until next week, good night from HideNet.